Welcome to the Chad Smith Show. It's a show where Chad Smith does whatever he wants with whoever he wants. Hopefully, he won't make your mother upset, and he'll talk about dramas with nice language. But then again, you just never know what will come out of his mouth. Consider yourself warned. Enjoy.
This is a little different edition of the Chad Smith Show. We're going to call it Chad Smith Up Close. Chad invited Drum Channel to come to a Chili Peppers concert in San Diego. We got an all-access pass. We got on stage. We filmed the sound check. We got to talk to his drum tech. We got a great interview with his percussionist. We filmed part of the concert also, and we had a great interview with Chad in the rehearsal room. He talked about a whole bunch of things, the Chili Peppers being on tour and the way he approaches the drum set. We actually didn't get to, he pulled us into his physical therapy room so we could film a little bit of that too. And at the end, I asked Chad if we could get a quick little bite for Facebook, and I got quite the surprise of my life, so you'll see me totally speechless and also turning 3 shades of red. That'll be at the end of this series. You never know what's going to happen when you're with Chad Smith at a Chili Peppers concert. I hope you enjoy another edition here on Drum Channel of The Chad Smith Show. Speaking of your new app, which is cool, how did you come up with the name?
Well, you know, it took a lot of scientists, and we went to Nassau in the Bahamas.
Finally ran into some guru?
And we thought it was a good idea to name the app the Chad Smith app. We were going to call it Chap, but we thought we'd get too many like porn site things, you know.
You were going to be Smithsonian too, which was...
Could have been Smithsonian. Again, you run into that whole branding thing.
I think I nixed that over the meat bats.
You're right.
We're backstage, Chili Peppers concert here in...
Yeah, we're in the glamorous backstage of the San Diego Sports Arena, which is now the blah 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 casino.
I thought you were playing at a casino.
Right, and you know, there's going to be some like goofy kids that come to the show tonight that are going to go to the casino. Like, dude, I thought they were playing the casino. And now
I thought with Drum Channel, the only chance we have to get with you is you're either at Jewish Hall in New York, as you named it, or
the Hammerstein.
Or it is.
I have a schmear. Yeah, well, you know, casinos.
So the app is, and check it out. Everybody can.
Yep, Chad Smith app. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's iTunes, iPad, Android,
right,
iPhone, and you know, it's just a place to go and
it's fun
for drummers. Yeah, it's just fun. It's just if anything that I kind of, you know, me, whatever Chad wants to do, and like the Chad Smith Show on the Drum Channel, which I need to really come back and do some more. I will.
We're ready for the next.
I know we're ready for the next installment.
It's all getting ramped up just for you.
I would love to. I moved to New York, so I live in Malibu as well, and I used to just drive up to Oxnard, get some meth on the way, and me and Don would go crazy.
Yeah, get a ticket on the way.
I get a ticket, not for the meth.
Which I've thought of this, a name for your next DVD when you come out with it. I think this is perfect. Chad parking in the red zone.
Ooh.
I think that's edgy. We already have the video of it.
We did.
We've got it. We've got you. We've got the introduction to the DVD.
We've got the introduction.
You're parked in the red.
Fuck, traffic sucks! God, why do I live in Malibu?
Chad, you do know you're parked in the red zone, yeah?
That's alright. I'm so fucking rich, I don't care.
There's a parking lot in the back, you know.
No, this is much better. Remember the first time I was going to come over when Robin was going to interview me?
Yes.
And I I got a ticket then.
That's why I mentioned that. I remember very well. And here I'm thinking the first time you come up, what way to pissed off coming to drum show?
No, I was in a hurry. I was late, so you know.
And you deserve so now you don't.
I deserve
now
it.
you're just terminally late. You don't,
Yeah, I'm just fucking
You don't
late.
get any more tickets, but
Right,
that's cool.
just late. Screw it.
What about the tour? All the countries you went to and sold out in recently with the band.
You know, it's amazing. We're so fortunate after all these years, Don. We've been a band together for 29 years, and you know, we've gone to some new countries. On this last trip, we went to Europe. We went to Europe 7 times on this tour, and we went to 7 new countries out of the last 10 shows we did. We played Croatia, we played Bulgaria, we played Romania, we played Beirut, Lebanon, we played Athens we've never been to, we played Turkey, and we ended up in Tel Aviv on September 11th. I flew home on September 11th from Tel Aviv. And just to go and play these countries is such an amazing, you know, trip for us. It's just because, you know, the cultural experience alone is exciting for us to, of course, to go to new countries and new places, but for the fans as well, because they've never seen us play. So they're excited to see us, you know, and we're excited to be there. So it's just great energy, and it was really a memorable trip. I mean, you know, you go to Greece and you go to Parthenon and the Acropolis, and you go to Beirut, you know, which you've heard about so much, you know, it's war torn, and I had these crazy bodyguards, military dudes, and I asked this, we didn't really speak very much, and the guy they're worried that a lot of people, Americans or Europeans, get kidnapped in Beirut, in Lebanon, and so he was like my bodyguard, and I asked him, and he said, so what do you like to do, you know? Small talking, he goes, shoot people. I was like, I'm looking at him like, should I laugh? Are you joking? And I'm like, no, he's not joking. Okay, we didn't talk much. Yeah,
You cleared up which side he was on, I hope, right away.
Yeah, we were cool, you know, I'm cool, he was cool. And, but the people were so appreciative of us to come and play there. And you know, Turkey, I got to go to the, you know, Turkey, of course, everybody knows that's where a lot of the cymbals come from. There's copper and the elements that are there, and myself and Mara, our percussionist, and Josh, our guitar player, who's also a drummer, started out as a drummer. And we went to the Istanbul factory there, where they're making Istanbul cymbals, and got to see these old dudes, man, just like the art of the cymbal, the hammering. And it's just incredible. I actually got to hammer some cymbals. I hammered a cymbal. It sounded so bad. It was horrible. This guy's looking at me like, I'm like, can I get a job here? He's like, I don't think so. So, but it was really fun. I have a cymbal.
Don't judge it until you give it to Terry, because
that's true. He might love it. He might love my cymbal. It's like, but it was really, you know, to be at the sort of epicenter of where it all began, you know, in the 1600s, and you know, we traveled to, gosh, you know, and going to Tel Aviv, of course, going to Israel, and we went to Jerusalem, and I floated in the Dead Sea. I mean, it was incredible. It was really, and then we played a few gigs.
You think
Threw some gigs in there.
You think that's where a positive side of the internet? I mean, we know the internet's had a huge impact on music and selling it, but it's also getting all of that information out to all of these countries.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you've probably grown your fan base over there because they can see it.
I think you're right. I think the world, you know, is a smaller place with social media and television and everything, some good, some bad. But in this case, you know, that's a thing. In the past, you know, and the way the record industry now is too, that with downloading and piracy, and that people don't sell records like they used to, and you know, we're same thing with our group. But the record company would want you to go play Germany and Europe and countries that are big markets that sell records, and you promote your record, and that's kind of the normal thing to do. But now in this day and age, it's go where people want to see you play. You know, unfortunately, with the records business the way it is, that part of it's unfortunate that people aren't buying music like they were, but they're still exposed to it, you know, whether it's YouTube or however they get it. But we played some of the biggest crowds we've ever played, the places that we probably sold very few records, but they knew us, and so fuck it, let's go to 60,000 people in Athens, let's go, 50,000 in Tel Aviv, let's go.
You're going to South Africa.
And we're going to South Africa. We've never been there too in February. Wow. You know, so it's for us that we're fortunate and so grateful that people still come out to see us play anywhere. But you know, to be able to go to these new countries that in the past really didn't make sense. You know, and sort of.
But you're still the exception to the rule. The band is, because you continually sell records. Where
I know we do, and we're so fortunate and so grateful for that. But you know, the music business is dictated a sort of different way, and to be able to go and do that, and now go to the Ukraine and Lithuania, Estonia, you know. And these people are just like, oh my God, I can't believe you guys are here. You know, we're like, yeah, we kind of can't believe it either. But look, they got a big room or a big field, we'll go play it. You know, they support live music. And God bless them. You know, and that's a beautiful thing. I don't think that will ever go away.
Yeah.
You know, and I hope it doesn't. And you know, it's just fun to play, you know, and have people come out and see them.
The percussionist is with the band.
Mm-hmm.
We got some good shots of him, and thank you so much for letting us hang at the sound check.
You're welcome.
It went on and on. That's an old concert.
Yeah, we played show one. Now we're gonna do. Oh, we're missing the singer though. Anyway.
So we got the drum channel show though.
That's right. Singers
featuring the drummer. Right, we were in the back anyway.
We don't want to. No.
The percussionist has been with you guys.
He is. Mauro Rofosco is from Brazil, and Mauro played with. He lives in New York, but he played with David Byrne, and still does. But how we got turned on to him, Flea was in a group with Tom York called Atoms for Peace, and Mauro was playing with him, and that's where Flea met him. And when we did our record, we were like, God, it'd be cool to some of the songs lend themselves to some percussion, and we knew that he would do something tasteful and interesting, and he tracked with us actually live, which we've never done.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we always track live, all up, 4 of us, but we've never had another person track with us. And he's just a great sweetheart and a great guy and a tasty percussionist, and so we time to go on tour, and so let's take him. Why not?
And he locks with you so perfectly. It's
well,
so nice.
I know. You know, it makes it easy.
From Brazil, though. He is, right?
He's from Brazil.
Where there's a real swing and...
They swing hard, man.
Yeah, right.
But he's just, he's very tasty, you know, plays a lot of colors. It's not like featured, where it's supposed to be, it is, but, you know, it's not like we're Santana all of a sudden. You know? It's like he augments our sound and our groove and live. It's just nice. It's just I mean, when he's playing, it's like having a pulse going the whole time, like a human rhythm. Yeah, a human rhythm. He's really great.
And your drum tech plays. So you started out doing 1, 2, and then it became to be 2.
Yeah, and then another, and then he wants his own dressing room, and he wants fucking Ryder and girls. No. Chris has been with us forever. Chris is our good friend. He was my tech since '99, and he's very talented. He plays guitar, he plays drums, plays keyboards, obviously. So yeah, we have some songs that have, you know, some noises and some keys, and he's just morphed into the keyboard player. I want him to have a cape and a little dance. He's a good dancer. You're gonna see tonight. He's got moves.
He's got to, because he's running his ass off.
He's got move. Exactly. He's moving, but he's got some good moves, and he's he's a joy, man, and he's still taking care of the drums really well. And that's the only thing. I was a little worried, like, be sure,
During the show,
keep an eye on me, right?
His back's almost to you, but I'll watch tonight. He's checking in.
Yeah, when he's playing, if something breaks while he's playing,
he dives in.
He can hear it usually, and we've been fortunate that haven't had anything. Something happens, he's busy. I'll just throw a stick at him, and he'll come over and start working. But yeah, that's a
workout room here, practice room.
Yeah, it's our little practice room.
You're only about
Pan the room, Ryan.
You're only about 2 hours from the show.
We're gonna play a little bit, and we just kind of jam here. We like work up new things if we're gonna play some songs that maybe we haven't played in a while, or we'll do that, and or just warm up and just like we already did our sound check, but usually we don't sound check. So I'll come in here and I don't have a real regiment like I do
workout before you
rudiments or I just kind of want to get the blood flowing and just I just play kind of whatever I feel like at the moment, and then if somebody else, Morrow comes in and plays this a lot, and we jam, and often Josh will come in, and so it's just a place to just get your body moving and get your blood flowing.
And how many months out of the year have you been on tour those last couple of years? It's been forever, it seems like. A couple of long ones.
We started in July of last year, and the record came out at the end of August. So we started in Hong Kong, and that was like July 20 something, and we've been road dogs, yeah.
So
we end in February right now. I think the last shows are those South African shows. We go to Australia and New Zealand. We're in the States and North America till the end of November. Play New Year's Eve in Las Vegas.
When you're through with the tour, there's the meat bats that you play with from time to time.
Bombastic meat bats are still going.
Yeah, and Strong on Drum Channel, one of our top.
I know, I love that. You guys gave us our start.
So that's right.
Our first thing we ever did. I think we played like a little NAMM show thing, and then we came and did that. And
you didn't have a name yet. You were still working on the name.
Did we still didn't have a name?
No.
Okay. Ed, the wrench, hates the name. Our keyboard player,
Well, was that or Smithsonian? I remember we were sitting there, and you were like, and I thought that was a little too. It didn't quite sound like Chad. Now, of course, you went to the complete other extreme.
Yeah, right.
Like you had a bunch
it's a goofy name, but we're a pretty goofy band, and the music that we play is instrumental music. So it's often, I think, there's this connotation with instrumental music. It's all serious and musicians only, and lots of notes, and and we have a sense of humor about it, and we all have nicknames, and we just it's an extension of our personalities. We like to have fun when we play, and so it's not a great name, but it
works.
It fits.
It works.
It fits.
And when you're not there because you're out on the road, Kenny plays with them?
Yeah, Kenny will play with them. Kenny's played with them before, and I have another group called Chickenfoot.
Yeah.
That Kenny has also filled in for me while I was on the road with the Peppers. So Kenny gets all my sloppy seconds, and he likes it that way. But he just got married, so I don't know how that's going to work for him.
Do you do much writing as far as input on songs?
Well, with the Chili Peppers, we all get in a room, a little bit bigger than this, not much, and we just kind of, very much like jazz musicians, we just kind of improvise a lot, and just like we did up there at Soundcheck, we just jam, and often songs, ideas will come from jams. You'll start a bass line. Josh will have some chords or something. I'll start a beat. And a lot of our songs through the years have happened like that. And then other times people will have something from home, but never fully realized songs. So my input in the songwriting process is usually, through the jams, and then of course somebody brings in an idea. There's nothing, it isn't, oh, I've got this, demo tape with this drum machine part I want you to play. There's none of that. It's everybody's personality, everyone's creative input is wanted, and that's, I think, why we end up sounding the way that we do, because we're very strong personalities on our instruments, and we've been doing it together for such a long time. Certainly Flea and I and Anthony have been together for 20 more years, whatever that is, and Josh has been in our group for over 3 years now. So it's just the way we've always done it, and it seems to work.
That's what it sounds.
It takes a while.
It sounds organic because it is organic.
Yeah, that's it, man. And I think drummers need to know that, often they're like, oh, well, I don't play a melodic instrument, I don't play the guitar or the keyboard or something. And so, traditionally a song is, words and melody in the law book. But, when it comes to, certainly in rock and roll, it's like, it's a feeling, and it's, you take the drums off any of our songs, and I don't know, but it's or any other instrument for that matter. None is more important than the other, but the sum of the parts. And for drummers, get in there and make suggestions about ideas and the guitar player's ideas and song arrangements. I think drummers are sometimes the best arrangers, because I think we just think like that, and what parts go together and what's too long. How about a good turnaround here, or maybe try. We just throw out suggestions, and you have to be open to like, no, that's my part, and I really like it, but maybe with everything going, it's try this, or maybe something else, or less, or more. And you have to be open to be able to put your ego aside and go, okay, I have to do what's the best thing for the overall good of the song. And that's the way I try to play the drums. Often, in my group with the Chili Peppers, I'm a supportive instrument. But that doesn't mean to be less creative it's the drums.
You're supportive.
Drums are the most fucking important guy in the band.
Might as well just say it, Chad.
I'm sorry.
I feel it coming.
Oh, come on. We're the heart, we're the engine, we're the soul. I'm the quarterback back there. When we play live, it's like I set the tempos. I make the to the song. Every song sits in a certain spot that feels good for everyone to play. The drums as well as the other instruments, and certainly for the singer. There's a pocket where the vocals sit where they're supposed to be, and that's my job, to make sure that that's in the right spot, and it's really important. I want to see the guy in the back of the arena, going like this.
Sailor